All right, all right. How do I sound? Do I look okay? How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. So happy to see everybody here on a weekend. We made it happen, everybody. Thank you all so much for all of the votes. Everyone who voted to have Sunday. And guess what? The Sunday 2 to 4 time block was the winner. So here we are. Here we are on a Sunday, 2 to 4. Thank you all so much to everybody who voted and everyone who wanted this Sunday live stream. Yeah, we made it happen. It makes sense. I know that so many of you want to be able to participate. And during the week, I know that a lot of us are working and stuff. So I'm very glad to be able to do this on a weekend where we have time to just sit, relax, chill, wherever you are. If you're in bed, if you're on the couch, if you're standing outside watering your plants, you got a beer in hand, some wine, or who knows, even some milk and cookies, whatever you have. So happy to be doing this on a Sunday for everyone else to participate. How's everyone? Aw, so happy to see you all. So, for everyone who is familiar with my live streams, welcome. And for anyone who is new, I do want to go over some very quick, I don't know what to call them, house rules, I guess. Let's just go over some rules. If this is your first time on my live stream, welcome, welcome. My commentary is very similar to what you see on my videos, guys. But I will say, this is me. This is me 100%. I say what's on my mind. Of course, I do censor myself to an extent because we are on YouTube. But if you don't know my background, I was a Marine, I was in the Coast Guard. I have, tons of trauma from my childhood. And so, sometimes I might say something that offends someone. But hey, if you are easily offended and if you don't like my commentary, then probably you might be offended during this live stream. I don't know. What can I say? I am a satirical commentator. It is on the very top of my channel description, and my commentary, I will say it is opinion because, again, we're talking about true crime here. And so we have facts, but a lot of what we're discussing here is opinion and speculation based. But all of it is factual based on how I interpret the evidence. And so we have real facts, right? We have real evidence and it is interpreted in the way that I see it. And so my channel is opinion-based speculation and satirical commentary. I make jokes, guys, I make jokes. And the thing is, guys, when it comes to Chris Watts content, I am seeing it. I'm seeing it even on my own channel. I do see those little harassy comments here and there. And so I do just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Okay, I'm a satirical commentator. I make jokes. I mock the situation. I highlight it by making fun of it, by bringing it to light in a different way, in a way that we can laugh about it. We mock it, we criticize it, we shame individual people's government and society and anybody else that was involved in whatever case we're talking about. And this is how I break it down. Okay. And so, just giving you a heads up, okay? If you're one of those people who is easily offended, okay, maybe you might not want to listen to me. All right, just reading through the comments. I will say I'm very, very lucky to have a very loving community. 99, maybe 98, about 98 to 99% of the comments that I get are amazing. They're either supportive or we're actually debating, which is what I love to do. The whole purpose of this channel in the first place was so that I can talk to other people instead of just myself and my cats. I'm sitting here talking to my cats and I'm like, Mr. B, what do you think? Do you agree with my theory? And he's like, meow. So I don't want to just talk to my cats. That is a one-way debate. And so if we are debating, I love it, right? 98% of our comments are good comments. But you still have that very small percentage of people who are still, they're just very negative, right? They're very negative. And so I will say, you know, I don't mind comments where we disagree. Some of them are even a little bit rude, and hey, like I said, I don't mind. I have a thick skin. But there's a very clear difference between disagreements and, I don't know, maybe a little rude comment here and there, and then actual harassment. All right? There is actual, like, severe, where we have people who leave very long comments and they just wanna berate us content creators, and that is where, we draw the line. And luckily, we have really good, moderators on our channel, amazing moderators who take care of the haters and who take care of all the crazy people out there. And so I just wanna give my support to everyone, and all the other content creators. We're all in this together. We're still gonna have people who hate, we're gonna have people who call us grifters and whatnot. And see, the thing is that these people will always punch down. They punch down at the small content creators, right? They punch down at the content creators who have a few thousand subscribers, and they don't punch up at Netflix, for making a documentary, right? They don't punch up at Lifetime for making a Chris Watts movie. They don't punch up at Hulu, right? They punch down to the small content creators, the ones who have small number of comments, and we're going to see them, obviously. And so that is where they decide to leave their grievances. They see the smallest content creator possible, and they're like, oh, I'm going to leave my grievance on this content creator because they're small. They're going to see my comment, they're going to read it, and they're going to feel bad about themselves, and it's going to make me feel better about me. And so, those are the comments that I just will not, I just will not tolerate. And I will not tolerate that type of abuse, even with my subscribers. I don't want anybody abusing my followers or abusing my subscribers or abusing my fellow content creators, my peers, what I call them. And so I just wanted to say that. Are you grifting? Yeah, by grifting, there's just certain comments. I do just want to very quickly show just one example of one of the comments, because we're on this topic now. This is just one of the more egregious comments that I have received here recently. And the only reason I'm bringing this up again is because I have noticed that there is an uptick of this type of behavior, especially with Chris Watts content creators, which is very strange. Very, very strange. We're going into 8 years. We're still talking about it, and apparently, it just upsets a lot of people. But this one comes from the person's name is Glory Hole. Gloria Hoyle, or AKA Glory Hole 3949. So Glory Hole wanted to really just leave me a novel. She's so disappointed and so offended by my commentary that she decided to leave me a novel here. And Glory Hole says, Lady, he started his plan on Friday night, not Sunday night when they went to the Lazy Dog. I think he was referring to the fact that he would have probably ended up not seeing her as often, that it would have eventually just fizzled out the relationship. Yeah, it does not prove that she was involved in the plans. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's great. If she would still not get that much time for her crime. I don't know why people are pushing for her to go to jail so badly. She would have probably gone 15 months and probation, says this person. She did not murder anybody, and they have no evidence to ever take it to court to say that she did. I am so sick of people talking about this case. It's been 8 years. Talk about grifting. Everybody's trying to make their dollar up his face because it's so popular. Everybody watches it. There's probably more YouTubers than I've ever seen besides John Bonet that continue this stand for company. It's been some 20 years and people will never stop. Going to the lazy dog had nothing to do with their plans because he planned this, he said, 2 weeks prior, and he lived, his employees know. On Friday, he testified to that even during the interview at the jailhouse that he told them not to come on Monday because he knew what he was going to do. Obviously, if you're so smart and you think you're going to do YouTube, at least get your goddamn facts straight. At least know that he admitted many times that he know that or many times that he premeditated this for quite some time. I think that the reason that he killed his kids, especially Bella, because she walked in on them, she knew too much, even though he admitted that he had given them. He had smothered them twice, killed them twice. Then he knew he wasn't going to see them again the next day. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I know that he's a liar because he did liar because he pleaded guilty. He admitted the only reason he said that she handed the kids is because the detective that put that in his mind. He failed the lie detector test miserably. I hate people that assume assumption is a bad thing. It's not factual. That's in your fantasy world. It keeps it interesting so you can continue making tons of money on your frickin' YouTube because you don't want to get a regular job because you ain't smart enough. You're going to continue to grip as long as you can. I'm going to tell you what a special pretending to this case. They're passing some laws and they're going into effect. You people are going to be stopped. Oh my God, look, I'm shaking. You see how terrified I am, you guys? I'm shaking in my seat. Oh no, we're going to be stopped. They are planning on passing some laws. Take all these people that go out there and talk about Chris Watts' case off of YouTube. Good luck to you. Find a different storyline. Be a little more creative. There's lots of recent crime stories you could be doing, but it would require more research because you obviously haven't researched this case well, I know. Everybody is most likely to call Nicole Kessinger the mean one. Obviously, you don't feel that Chris Watts is guilty. You think Nicole did all that. Well, that's just BS. He deserves everything he gets. And then she goes, or this person, Glory Hole, goes on to say, all we have to do is get a divorce and then live happily ever after with Nicole. But I can guarantee you he would have murdered Nicole down the road. She was controlling as well. I understand that perfectly. You must have a brain worm. That was a long one, wasn't it? That was a very, look at this. This is a novel. This person took their time to really give it to me. Give it to me. Give me the funk, that strength, whatever. I don't know the I don't know the lyrics. I forgot it. I guess, yeah, I'm not a real millennial. I forgot the lyrics to that song. But yeah, this person decided, you know what? This person has no idea what they're talking about. A lot of it is just incorrect. I've never even said any of these things. I guess they haven't really seen any of my other content. But it's just, you know, like, what's the point of this? What's the point of this? I did reply. I said, thank you, thank you for, this beautiful, lovely comment that you left me. And then just went on and called them a troll because it's just so annoying, right? It's just kind of like, okay, thank you. Thanks for letting me know that you disagree with everything I said in such a wrong way, accusing me of things that I didn't even say, right? Like, oh, you don't think Chris Watts is guilty? Hello, my entire channel is about me roasting Chris Watts. But just because Chris Watts is not the only guilty one doesn't mean that we can't talk about anybody else, right? So it's just insane to me. And then the irony that us content creators, they're trying to get us off, right? They're trying to get us off the air. Oh, they're passing laws. I wonder what kind of laws. What kind of laws are going to go into effect that are going to stop content creators from making content other than getting rid of the First Amendment right to free speech? I don't really understand what laws are going to be passed. Again, It's just, anyway, I just went off on that little rant. I just really wanted to bring that to light because I have noticed that a lot of other content creators are also seeing this. And just to say, hey, we are, in solidarity, we are all together in this. And it doesn't really matter. It does seem like it's a lot of pro Nicole Kessinger people or pro Watts people that are just not liking how deep we're going into the rabbit hole. And so that just motivates me to go down the rabbit hole even harder, even deeper. Yes, let's do it. Let's go down all of the rabbit holes, shall we? How many rabbits are there? Bunnies get very busy. If there's 10 bunnies and there's probably 20 rabbit holes, let's go down all of them. So no one's going to stop us. No one's going to stop us. Thank you so much, Tootsie Pop. Yes, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you guys so much for being here and for having the backs of your favorite content creators and for continuing to talk about this case. We don't care that it's 8 years. It can be 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, whatever. If the person that was involved is still out free, we're never going to shut up. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. You can call us whatever you want, right? Grifters, whatever. I don't make that much money. I watch my peer, my content creator peer Zawoki. He was also mentioning the same thing. We don't make that much money, okay? We're not Netflix. I'm not Warner Brothers. The things that we talk about doesn't make us that much money. What it does though, what it does more than money is it gets it out to the people. The content, the more people that watch it, the more people learn about it, the more people know about it. And I think that's what these people are afraid of. They want to shame people for talking about it, and the only way they can do it is by calling us grifters. Because they are afraid of all of the truths that we are finding. They're afraid that we're going too deep down this rabbit hole. And so the best way to shut us up is by calling us all kinds of names. And so it's not going to happen. I'm going to keep talking about it. Even if I'm making 10 cents, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep talking about it. One, because it's my passion and I'm going to do this whether or not I do it on YouTube or not. I do it on my free time as a hobby. So it doesn't change anything. But anyway, I digress. That's been 17 minutes. But thank you all so much for being here. We're here to continue going down the Chris Watts rabbit hole, and we are going to be looking at Chris Watts's text messages from the month of the murders, August 6th and on. Thank you all. Welcome, Yolanda. What's up, Doc? Hey, guys. I still believe Nicole helped him. Yes, all the beautiful people. Thank you all. Yes. All right. So today we are going to continue going down these phone records, the phone data, and adding anything that we can to our calendar here. And so I know last time we found a lot of things. This is the thing. I really love that we're doing this because we're learning together. There are so many of you who are damn near experts at this case. I will say some of you are so knowledgeable. You've been following this case to the T. And so thank you for your help. And then the rest of us, we're kind of learning a lot of new details by going down and looking through every single detail of the phone records. And so let's go ahead and look at August 6th. So for August 6th at 6:13 in the morning, Watts searched Google for the distance from the moon to the earth. Why do we think that is, guys? Of course. He's trying to tell Nicole how much he loves her. What's the distance from the earth to the moon? That's how much I love you, Nicole. Anything past that, though? No, not really. Jupiter? Oh, Jupiter's way too far. How many light years is that? Way too much. So he definitely chose the moon, the very closest body, right? The very closest body to our planet, the one that he can see with his eye. He's like, yeah, That seems pretty close. I can probably throw a rock at it and it'll hit it. Yeah, that's how much I love her. No more. No more than that. And so he's researching the Earth to the moon. This is how much I love you, Nicole. Just only a few miles. Just a few miles, not really not that much. But definitely more than his own family, for sure. For sure. Um, yes. I think you bring a fresh perspective. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Kujeb. Sorry if I messed up your name. Oh, thanks, Tootsie Pop. Welcome. Welcome to Silver. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate Silver. Silver. Whoop, whoop. Oh, let the dogs out. It's so literal for him. That's the thing. He's very literal. Yes, Cosmo Bear. Yes. He is. Yeah, let's read Nicole's book. Nicole's book again. He doesn't know what love is. And that's the truth. He doesn't know what love is. He's Googled, what is love? How does it feel? Am I supposed to feel butterflies? Do I get tingly places? He doesn't know. He doesn't know the feeling because he's a sociopath, a psychopath. I think he's a psychopath. I think he's closer to a psychopath. Again, I'm not a psychologist. I have no training in this, but I can read. And so just based on what I can read and the symptoms of a psychopath, Chris Watts seems to display all of those psychopathic traits. Rocks and rabbits. Oh, thank you, LA woman. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. I know I can easily spend all day here. Aw, I love it. Aw, you guys. I love it. You know, I really do. I love that we've created this small community of people. We don't even know one another, you guys. You guys see my face. I don't see you guys. I see your names, but I feel like I know you. It's so weird. Aw, I love you too. Thank you so much. But yeah, so this is the thing, right? With Chris Watts, everything is literal. He wants to make sure that he is showing his partner that he is thinking about them by Googling distances to places, Googling Dead Sea Scrolls. Oh, look how much I care about you, Nicole. I'm Googling the Dead Sea Scrolls. How much are they, by the way? Right? Which prompted Nicole to say, idiot, you can't buy Dead Sea Scrolls. Lols, right? The whole LOLZ. She added the Z because it was so ridiculous. But anyway, we should go ahead and add this to the calendar. I think that the distance from the moon to the earth is pretty important, right? Him Googling it. Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate you, Eric Issa. Thank you so much. Oh, I love you guys. Yes, yes, it's a bit weird. We see more of you that yes. Yes. And all right, so yeah, let's go ahead and add this. So August 6th, that is when he wrote down all the distance from the earth to the moon. So Chris Watts Googles earth and moon. Okay, we know what that means. He's Googling it for Nicole Kessinger. This is how much I love you, Nikki. I love you so much. At 6:20, proving messages have been deleted from Watt's phone, Shanann noted in several messages, your only response last night was, I don't want to lose the kids. You used me to just have a boy. Only reason you wanted another kid. I can't handle this. Are you okay with it? Why didn't you just tell me you were done? Why get me pregnant? We start to see here Shanann is becoming agitated, right? She's becoming desperate for answers because she's noticing that Chris Watts is acting strange. He's very distant. He's not being his normal self. And then 2 minutes later, Chris replies, I'm not just staying because of the kids. They are my light. Here we go again, right? The words that he's using. He Googled this. I said it in my last video. If ChatGPT had been out, I would have guessed that he ChatGPT'd this response. I'm not just staying because of the kids. They are my light, and that will not change. I didn't fall out of love in 5 weeks. That's impossible. Yeah, correct. He didn't. Was never in love. That's why he never fell out of love because he was never in love. I don't want to erase 8 years just like that. Except he does. I'm not sure what's in my head. Obviously, shit. I don't know if it's my parents, the third pregnancy, if I'm just scared or what. I didn't use you. Really. He's obviously the whole time here, he's BSing her. He's telling her, I don't want to erase 8 years just like that. And he did exactly that, quite literally. Literally, because he erased the people from Earth. He completely annihilated his family. It's not even like he just walked out or he just divorced them. No, he completely erased them off the face of the planet. And he's gaslighting her, telling her, oh, I don't know what's in my head. This is August 6th, okay? The same day that this scumbag is Googling the distance from Earth to the moon. All right? And he's telling her, I didn't fall out of love. Wow. Pathetic. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, he's so full of crap. Exactly, Shelley. I never saw these texts. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. A lot of information. And the thing is, it's scattered everywhere. There's tons of it. And so I'm glad that we can do this and put it on the calendar. All right. In Shanann's phone, the conversation continued, okay? Because again, Chris Watts deleted everything from his phone. And so the conversation continued only on Shanann's end. So from Shanann's phone, we read, that's what you said last night. You can't even say why you're married to me. That's a stab in the heart. You didn't say you didn't want to lose us. You said you didn't want to lose the kids. Chris responded, I don't want to lose anyone. Oh my goodness. Again, look at these responses. I don't want to lose anyone. Again, Shanann is saying, like, guy, you're not telling me that you want to stay with me. You're not telling me you love me. You're saying you just want the kids. Like, what's going on? And he's like, well, I don't want to lose anyone. Again, it's not convincing. Not convincing at all. Shanann responded, this has been the worst week of my life. We were supposed to celebrate love and family, but instead, hate and whatever you call it. I'm not willing to watch something dangerous happen to one of our kids with your family for you to wake up. They will give you sorry excuses today. I don't know what to say. I don't want to come. Again, right? A lot of desperation from Shanann. And this is in August. And if we go back, right, we go back in July is really when she began to suspect. Look at this. She began to suspect around the 10th. We put it on the calendar. And then about 2 weeks later, the text message itself, we see that Shanann is really wondering, is there another woman? Are you talking to someone else? Because what is going on? And then only 2 weeks later, again, we see that Shanann notices a difference in Chris. Shanann continued, you don't see you or how you're treating me. 8 years of love, right? Love in quotes. And you are treating me horribly. I fell deeper in love with you this summer. You fell out. That's not love. Love falls deeper in love when you're apart, not out. You don't love me, or you have a horrible way of showing it. You haven't fought for me this week. It's only the kids. Again, only the kids. She's telling him, you don't fall out of love. We're married, we're having a baby. I've been gone for 5 weeks and what? So 8 years of marriage, you haven't seen your spouse for 5 weeks and you fall out of love? But the thing is that with Chris Watts, apparently that's how it works. Out of sight, out of mind. Oh, I have a family? I forgot. So if I don't see them, I don't know that they exist. That's exactly what happened to Chris. He's an out of sight, out of mind kind of guy. If he's not in front of them, and if no one's telling them, oh, take care of your kids, he's not going to do it. He's like, oh, I don't know. Wait, what? Oh, I'm a parent? Oh, that's right. My family's back. Someone has to remind him. And this part here is this one got me too. You don't see you or how you're treating me. The fact that Shanann told him this is very telling in my opinion because Shanann is telling him, right? You don't realize the way that you are behaving. The thing is that Shanann knew Chris so well that she is using his behavior to try and get him to see his own behavior, if that makes sense. She's trying to get him to realize, hey, this isn't you. What the hell is going on? Because she knows him so well, even through the phone. And I think this is one of the other things that made Nicole Kessinger very insecure is the fact that Shanann was his wife. She knew him well. Nicole didn't. Nicole just love bombed him and stalked his Facebook and saw that he likes being outdoors and he likes fast cars. So I'm going to take him to the Fast and Furious Museum. All she did was very materialistic, easy things, right? Like, oh, I'm going to take you to the museum. But was she going to cook for him and like make all these desserts for him and cook him a loving meal? No. I don't think Nicole Kessinger is that type of person at all. The one who was going to sit there and bake this awesome banana bread for him to eat. No, Nicole's just going to be like, "Oh, you're hungry? Okay, you got money in that gift card? Take me out, Chris, cuz I'm starving too. Take me out. Let's go to the Lazy Dog for the 10th time in the row. Yeah. I'm craving those churros again. Yeah. You want them empanadas? Yeah, me too. Yeah, let's get like 10. Yeah, let's get like 10 each. Again, how is that loving? What? God. Chris is so stupid. He does not know what he had. He just let it go. What a moron. Yeah, we can learn yeah, we can definitely learn a lot from animals. Yes. Yeah, I bet she was trying to get pregnant too. That's the thing. I bet she was. That's probably why they were playing Twister so much because she wanted to have that baby. My baby, you will never see the boy. Right? That's how Nicole's cousin says it. You will never see the boy Chris Watts or Christopher, right? Christopher Watts. All right. Watts transferred an image of Nicole Kessinger into his secret calculator app at 1:28. Here we go again, another one of those pics that he's transferring over. Chris told Shanann that his parents did not want to drive him to her location. What? Are you serious? This is so petty. Did we know this? Is this true? That Chris's parents didn't want to drive him to her location. Shanann asked Chris if he wanted or if she wanted her to come and pick him up. And Chris replied, "It's up to you. He's cool bringing me back first thing in the morning early." Okay. Lord, Lord, Lord. Oh, Lord, Lord, Chris, that's too far, son. I'm not driving you out, son. That's been too far. My car doesn't really even go vroom. It only goes. My car doesn't really come on, son. The key got stuck in it the other day, and I just gotta turn it, son. Oh, Lord, son. And so, because of that, Ronnie can't drive his son. It's too far. His car isn't, I don't know, it doesn't work. Whatever. He's coming up with excuses, apparently, not to drive Chris to Shanann's location. And here we go. Here we go. To this, Shanann replied, "We effing leave tomorrow. All right, I need help." Shanann told Watts she was on her way to pick him up. Apparently, after some what is this word? Cajoling? Watts advised his father has agreed to drive him to her location presently. Okay, wow. So finally, Ronnie, the drama queen, agreed to drive Chris to her location. Or what do we think? This is a question for you all. What do we think about this? Do we really believe that Ronnie didn't want to drive Chris to her location, or is this one of Chris Watts's lies? Again, another way of getting Shanann and the family to turn against each other. What do we think? What do we think this is? Or a combination of two. It could be both as well. It could be true, and he's using it as a way to get his family against her. But yeah, what do we think? What do we think? All right, I'm gonna put up a poll for this one. Opposition is one thing, but oh, what's going on? Oh, Chris is lying. Okay, a lie. Okay, a lot of us are thinking it's a lie. Okay. All right, so then to this one, I'm gonna put did Ronnie the question is gonna be did Ronnie really want to drive Chris, or is that a lie? Did Ronnie, let's see, did Ronnie really not want to drive Chris Watts? Or is it a lie? Okay, so the question is gonna be, so it's gonna be yes, as in yes, Ronnie didn't want to drive him. Yes, yes, Ronnie didn't want to. Or no, Chris is lying and he's making it up. Chris Watts is lying. Or what was the third option? A combination, right? Or a combo. I'm just going to put combo. You'll know what I mean. And if you don't, just ask. All right, there it is. Because this is a good one here. And the reason, again, is because we know that there is some kind of, weird fighting amongst the family between Shanann and the family. And so it could be a true. I think Ronnie didn't want to after Cindy got mad about her wanting to come home to her. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Cosmo Bear. Chris Watts is a moron. Absolutely, Tiger. He was doing that per Nikki's instructions. Chris Watts is always a liar. Yes, Julia. Chris Watts is a moron. Could be a lie, but his parents didn't like her. And didn't they just have Nutgate? Yeah. Yes. Very, very true, B. Yeah, so it could be a combo. It really could be a combo. I mean, I do definitely, I believe that Ronnie didn't want to drive him because they're petty people. They don't like Shanann. They just had the Nutgate incident. Chris is there. They want to have him all to himself. Remember, Cindy's like, oh, my son. Oh, my boy, my golden boy was taken by this woman. And so, of course, Cindy wants her golden boy to be with her. She wants to spend time with him. And so I do believe that Ronnie didn't want to drive him because it would take away from their time with their son. Yes, Watts wasn't speaking to Chris. Rocker woman blocked. Who's rocker woman? Were they being obnoxious? Yes. He manipulated both sides. Yes, exactly. And I believe this. I do believe this. He definitely manipulated both sides. And I've read a lot of your comments, and I agree with so many of you saying that he manipulated both sides so that he can always be the victim. He wanted to be a victim to Shanann, right? So in Shanann's eyes, he made himself a victim. He would tell Shanann that he was, I don't know, the ugly duckling, or I don't know, the black sheep of the family. And so Shanann would feel sorry for him. Oh, your family treats you so badly, Chris. And he would do the same thing to his family. He would tell his family that Shanann would treat him badly. And so then his family would be like, oh my God. Oh, poor Chris. My son is a victim. And so he was always the victim no matter what. No matter what. And I completely agree with it. All right. What are our results looking like? So it's winning. No, Chris Watts is lying, is the current winning answer. Chris Watts is lying. So we do believe that Chris Watts is lying here. So he's making it up, right? He's not really. Yeah, he's saying, "Oh, my dad doesn't want to drop me off," but it's not true. Okay. All right, let's continue. So at oh, look at this. Look at this. At 2041 hours, Chris took photographs of various images inside his parents' home, verified through metadata coordinates. All right, here's the home. Oh, I didn't know that they put that up there. They included this family portrait. Interesting. Look at that. He's taking photos. I wonder why. I bet he's trying to send them to Nicole Kessinger.
Oh, look at me when I was a baby, Nicole.
Right? Too bad the little horns aren't on him on this one. But he's like, "Look at me. This is when I was a kid." Probably Nicole was sending him photos of herself as well. Like, "Oh, look at me when I was a baby." I don't know. Why do we think he was taking photos of this? I'm pretty sure that's what it was for, just to show off. "Oh, look at me. I had a smaller head when I was smaller." He never grew into it, of course. Shanann told Watts, "I was trying to get you to effing hug me. Make me feel safe. This is much deeper than lack of conversation. Make me feel like everything is going to be okay." Chris replied, "It will be okay. This will all get fixed." Really? She just asked him to make her feel good, right? To make her feel okay, that everything's going to be okay, and he replies, "It will be okay. This will all get fixed." Oh, I'm so secure now. Oh my gosh. Thank you for telling me that, Christopher. Oh, now I feel that everything's going to be okay. Really? That's what he tells her? Potato Head Chris. Yes. Yes. Come on. This is so ridiculous. He's telling her, or she's telling him, "Please make me feel better." And that's his response, right? Something so generic and boring. "Everything's going to be okay. I promise." Oh, he doesn't even say "I promise." He just says, "It will get fixed." Okay. Shanann responded, "No, I don't need words, damn it. You just told me you don't want this baby." Again, she's responding the way that I'm reading these messages right now. I'm reading them with frustration as well. Okay. This would completely drive me nuts if I am this upset about something and I want my partner or anyone, right? My friend, whoever it is. I'm like, "Hey, I need help." And then that's what they reply. I would also reply with, "I don't need words. I need action. I need you to actually do the thing. Don't just tell me you're going to do it." 2145, Chris replies, "I'm scared, okay? You wanted the truth. I told you how I felt." Oh, victim, victim. Here we go. He's victimizing himself again. "I told you the truth, but I'm so scared." Please. He's gaslighting her. He's gaslighting her yet again, telling her, "I'm scared." Really? You're the one who's scared, Chris? Again, he's flipping the script. He's turning this against her because she's calling him out. And so what he does is he makes himself the victim. Very, very typical Chris, typical psychopath, typical narcissist. And then Shanann replies, "You hold me after that conversation. You hold me. If you want this to effing last, you make me feel safe after that bomb. Don't you get it? How many times do I have to ask you? How many times do I have to ask you to hold me? You hate me that much?" Wow. Wow. I'd never seen these text messages. I've read some of her text messages. I've never seen this one before. Chris isn't even holding her. And she feels that Chris hates her because she's having to beg for affection from her husband. Again, a husband who would touch her, right? We've seen Shanann's text messages where she talks about how Chris used to touch her and hold her and come up behind her and hug her while she's in the kitchen or doing anything, right? Just a touch. He's not doing that anymore. Yes, Bella looks so much like him. NK loved that Chris Watts bowed down. Literally. Yes, literally. And so, again, right? Very little effort from Chris. But Shanann knows something's up. Chris replied, I don't hate you. I will fix this. It will be better. Shanann noted, You didn't answer me. And added, I'm begging you to hold me and you still can't. I don't know where my head is at. I will fix it though, says Chris. Again, a bunch of BS. He's just, again, he's placating her. I don't know where my head is at. It's on your body. Is it not? Where is it? It's a huge potato-sized head. It's on your body. It should be on your shoulders. Where else would it be, Chris? He did hate her. Of course he did. By this point, yes, he absolutely hated her. Chris Watts never loved her. He never loved his family. He's very indifferent to that because he's neutral. He feels no love. But I think, yes, I do believe that at this point, everything, all of the external pressures from Nicole Kessinger and his family eventually made him hate her. And a lot of the resentment that was built over the years. He's repeating what he heard from NK about fixing something. Oh my goodness. Oh, la puerta. What is it? La puerta de las ovejas negras. You're so right. 100%. Thank you for bringing that up. Nicole Kessinger did say that a lot. Oh, you fix it, Chris. Go back. Go to North Carolina and try to fix it. Fix your marriage. It is so true. She said that. She mentioned that every single time with Kevin Kovac, that she told him to fix it. And here he is using the exact same word. I will fix it.
I will fix it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his fix was annihilation. The same fix that Nicole Kessinger allegedly, speculation, right? Opinion. That's the fix that she suggested. Thank you for bringing that up. And then at 22:16, Shanann said, This isn't the only thing. This doesn't get your head all screwed up. Something changed in the last 5 weeks. Something you won't say. Yeah. Yep. Something changed in the last 5 weeks. Shanann noticed. All right. This is the first week of August that we're looking into right now. Shanann continued. All of these asking, wait, what? Oh, all of these asking for you to talk to me. You falling asleep at 7 or 8, don't tell me it's me. It's not communication. You're not telling me something. Added to this message were assorted screenshots from Shanann's phone of previous text messages with Watts, in which he offered excuses for not calling her. Most have been featured in this review. None were found in Chris's phone. Again, Chris deleted everything, all of the communication between him and Shanann at the request of Nicole Kessinger. Now we're going into August 7th. August 7th, Shanann told Addie Maloney, her friend, Chris told me last night he's scared to death about this third baby. And he's happy with just Bella and Celeste, and he doesn't want another baby. Addie comforted Shanann, telling her that Watts is just scared and everything will be fine once the baby is born. Shanann replied, He has changed. I don't know who he is. Addie added what she means, and Shanann replied, He hasn't touched me all week, kissed me, talked to me, except for when I'm trying to figure out what is wrong. He's been distant since I left. Later in the conversation, Shanann told Addie, I told him last night I don't feel safe with him after what he said about the baby. If he loves me, he would hold me and tell me it will be okay. Give me something. And he did nothing but go to bed. So Shanann is telling her friend that she told Chris that she doesn't feel safe with him anymore. And the thing is that pregnant women are at great danger when they are pregnant. They are at great danger of homicide, and they're at great danger of homicide by their partner. And here Shanann realized that she wasn't safe with Chris, especially because Chris told her that he didn't want the baby anymore. That was a huge, huge red flag. To hear your partner tell you that they don't want the baby anymore is very dangerous. That is a huge red flag for everyone listening to this. Statistics show that that is a sign. That is a sign that you are not safe and you should trust your gut. Trust your gut when your partner tells you that they don't want the baby anymore. Shanann felt it. Shanann felt it. But again, Chris Watts with the mask of the monster, right? He was wearing the mask of a human, but he's actually a monster underneath. She still gave him the benefit of the doubt. And so later in the conversation, here we go. At 16:26, Shanann told Chris, something else is wrong that you're not saying because lack of communication doesn't cause you to not be present or touch me or love me. Besides the lack of communication, hasn't been weeks with me in wait, what? I'm sorry. I completely butchered the sentence. Besides, the lack of communication hasn't been with me in 6 weeks. This effing sucks. I really don't want to leave here. Watts received a calendar alert flight. Here we go. And then Chris's work phone reconnected to the Netgear router. Likely the router in their home. Okay. So his phone connected to the router in their home, which tells me he's at home, right? So this was on what day is this? So this is the 7th right here. So the same day that they come back, right? So this is what's showing it. Shanann and Chris return on the 7th, and it shows here that on the 7th, when they got back at 22:58, his phone reconnected. So it shows us that's when he's got back. August 8th, Chris returned to work. And we know this because it's right here, right? What is this? Chris went to the ultrasound. And it's also the day that he canceled Facebook, right? He canceled Facebook right there. So we're seeing him back. At 7:24, Sarah Nudd asked Shanann if they were doing any better. Shanann replied, no, it's so bad I don't know what to do. He told me he doesn't want this baby and he's happy with just Bella and Celeste. He thought he wanted another one. I'm so sick to my stomach. Tried to have sex with him last night just to see if that would help, but he rejected me. Shanann said she hasn't cried this hard ever. Shanann added, he said he feels there's a lack of communication and it's not from me. I sent him 12 text messages over the month begging him to talk to me. He fell asleep at 7 or 8 p.m. Shanann told Sarah, I tried talking to him after the rejection last night and me crying for an hour alone on the couch. He slept. I kicked his sorry ass out of bed and I refused to sleep on the couch anymore this week. Told him this morning not to come home today if he can't tell me the damn truth about what the hell is wrong. Again, we see here that Shanann is even attempting things with him. She's trying to be intimate with her husband to see if he's, if he does anything. Is he being weird? Why isn't he intimate with her even? Shanann continued, we are supposed to go to the ultrasound tonight and he doesn't want the baby. He'd abort it if I said it was okay. Wow. Okay, here we go. We're reading the messages and we're seeing the calendar. Chris went to the ultrasound that night, right? And he also canceled Facebook. I think he drugged her with Oxy, then took her out. Yes. There was no drugs in her system or in the autopsy. And that's very true. There weren't any traces of oxy in her system. But then again, right? Even the autopsy, knowing that the autopsy person, right, at the CBI, that she was taken in for doing the job incorrectly. But just by looking at the autopsy report itself and assuming that it was done properly and that there was nothing wrong with it, there was no oxy in her system. NK was in the room when they strangled her. I can't imagine how awful she felt. Made me so sad. It's hard. It's hard, especially when we read the messages from Shanann and then we see her videos, especially one of her very last videos of her, and she did not look good. She looked like she was tired, she was exhausted, she had been crying all night. Chris was putting her through a lot of mental anguish. He was really he was abusing her mentally. This is sick. The way that he abused her before he murdered her is just so disgusting and malicious and sinister. Macker, remember said he didn't sleep in the bed. He slept in the basement and he didn't like that bed anyway. Yes. Yeah, Nicole. Nicole was saying, oh, he didn't even like that bed. But I mean, who really knows, right? He slept in the basement. But the oxy only stays in your system for 24 to 48 hours. He could have absolutely drugged her in North Carolina. He was trying to at least kill Nico there. When that didn't work, he killed her. So sick. I mean, that's true. We do know that he gave her oxy in North Carolina. She felt sick. She felt very sick, and that's because he was trying to get her to lose the baby. God, so disgusting. Let's continue. At 8 in the morning, Shanann told Sarah, he said he's not having an affair. Sarah asked if Shanann is certain of this, and Shanann replied, honestly, no, but what else would make him do a complete 360? We couldn't get enough of each other before I left. See, this is, okay. So before Shanann left, she's saying that they couldn't get enough of each other. Let's go ahead and look at the calendar. Before Shanann left, so right here. So before she left, they couldn't get enough of each other. And before that, they went on a trip to San Diego. And as we know, the relationship between Chris and Nicole Kessinger had already begun. We speculate that they had already been to their little park date, right? Making out right next to the trash can. All the kids are throwing the trash and they're half-eaten hot dogs right next to them making out, right? So romantic. The squirrels are opening their nuts and they're landing on Chris Watts's bald head. Oh, so romantic. I remember our first date like it was just yesterday. Chris, yeah, the sunlight was beaming off of your forehead into my eyeball. It burned my retina right off. It was so romantic. And so, even though Chris and Nicole Kessinger were already seeing each other, it seems that Chris was still all over Shanann even before she left. So he was kind of, you know, he was going into it with Nicole. They probably hadn't done anything yet. And so that's why I suspect that Chris was all over Shanann. I suspect that the reason he was all over her was because he still hadn't really done anything physical with Nicole Kessinger yet. And then once he got back from San Diego, he immediately went into staying with Nicole. And so all of the desires that he had for Nicole were still there, right? They were there, but they were for the actual person that he had desires for, which was Nicole Kessinger. So I believe that he was just using Shanann at that point. I don't think he was all over her because he loved her, because he was going to miss her. I think it's because he was already thinking about Nicole Kessinger and he hadn't been with her yet, which is just, ugh. But what do you guys think? That's just what that's how I see that because, again, we see that the relationship had already started. And so I think it was just a way of him, I don't know. He already had those feelings, but Shanann was there and not Nicole. Ugh. What a disgusting human being. So gross. At 8:52, Josh Rosenberg asked Chris if he was excited for the ultrasound. Today's the day, right? Chris replied after he just returned to work and added, "Yep, today's the day. I'm excited. Look at my excitement." Watts confirmed the ultrasound was at 1900 hours. He's not excited at all. At all. Watts made an unspecified modification. What? Watts made an unspecified modification to Shanann's contact information. Oh, okay. In his work phone. Okay. Interesting. An unspecified contact information. So he changed something. Wait. Yeah. So I'm here. Why not cover the story Glory Hole wants? We'll get to that at the end of the live stream. We'll get to that. I know there's so many other cases that people want covered, but yeah, we'll get to that. And we'll cover more cases for sure. For sure. Thanks for bringing that up. But yeah, so he made an unspecified modification. I don't know. He probably changed her name to something shorter or something. I don't know why he would do this, right? A few weeks before he was to annihilate his whole family. Why do we think he did that? While she was sleeping. Let's look at our poll. Okay, so no, Chris Watts is lying. Okay, let's go ahead and end it. All right, so we believe that Chris Watts was lying about Ronnie not really wanting to drive him to Shanann's location. Tommy's girl. Yes, yes. Glory Hole would be the perfect username for NK. Or NK's cousin, right? It could be NK's cousin too, right? I will say that comment does sound like something Nicole Kessinger would say.
Focus on other crimes. There's so many other people getting murdered out there. Can't you just figure out other crimes? Oh, you ain't smart enough, ain't you? Ain't you? Beep.
And so that's why they're telling me to get off this case.
Stop reading into the record. No, there's nothing to see there.
Okay. Sure. Okay, Glory Hole. I'll listen to what you say.
Sure, buddy.
All right. At 1925 hours, Kessinger searched Google on topics related to marrying your mistress. Look at that. Here we are. We're talking about glory holes. Here it is, marrying your mistress. Speak of the devil. On August 8th, Nicole Kessinger Googled marrying your mistress. I wonder if we have it here already. We do. Wait, do we? Sorry, this is July. Oh, look at that. Nicole Kessinger gives Chris the key. And look at that. Screensaver, Dunes. Lots of interesting things happening on the 8th. Lots of interesting things. Let's go ahead and add the other thing. She was Googling marrying mistresses. NK Googles marrying mistresses. Awesome. So she's Googling whether or not Nick, what's his name? What's his nuts? Chris Watts is going to marry her or not. I wonder if she had that the magic 8 ball that you got from like Toys R Us or KB Toys.
Is he gonna marry his mistress?
And she like flips it over and it always gives her the answer no. She's like, this one's broken. I'm going to return it. Excuse me, may I speak to your manager?
This ball only gives me the answer no. What's wrong with it?
And so I guess then that's why she ended up ripping the petals off of the leaves.
He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Ugh. This flower is broken. I don't like it. Give me another one. Give me a chrysanthemum. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. This one's broken too.
Everything tells her no, he's not gonna marry you, Nicole Kessinger, because he's gonna end up in prison. But she didn't know that. So Nicole is Googling whether or not her boyfriend is gonna marry her. Oh my God, is he gonna marry the mistress? I'm better. Cosmo. All right. And so at 21:54, Shanann told Utoft, this is Atkinson, right? Nicole Atkinson and Cassie, he said we are not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me, said he thought another baby would fix his feelings, said he refused couples therapy. Here we know that Chris refused couples therapy. He didn't want to go to therapy, he was over it. So again, we see that he was not trying to fix anything with anyone. The only person here putting any effort into this marriage was Shanann. 100%. Always. This is factual. This is not opinion. This is not subjective. This is objective truth. We're seeing it here. We're seeing that Shanann was fighting so hard to work on her marriage, to fix it. Shanann elaborated. He said he had a lot of time to reflect on things or on his feelings. He said he's going to work it out, but she doesn't know how. When he won't agree to counseling. Her friends offered support and suggestions to work it out. Josh begged Watts, "Bro, I'm waiting so patiently, LOL. Don't leave me hanging." Chris replied, "LOL, envelope is sealed until next weekend." Josh asked if they were going to do a reveal. Watts said yes. And so here the friend is asking Chris, "Hey bro, don't leave me hanging. What's the baby? What's the gender of the baby?" Chris is telling him, "Oh, that'll be next week." Again, Chris knows full well that there's going to be no gender reveal because there's going to be no baby. He already knows this. And he's answering this. He's telling his friends, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, just wait. You just wait. I'm not going to tell you right now because you'll find out next week. You'll see what happens next week." Right? Zero enthusiasm. Zero enthusiasm. At 22:19, Shanann told Cassie and Nicole Atkinson, "I will fight for full custody." Shanann said that Watts told her he did not want to divorce right away. So here we already see Shanann is talking about getting full custody of the girls and the newborn. But Chris is also telling her, "Oh, I don't want to divorce right away." Oh my God. Gaslighting her the whole time. Shanann told the women, "I can't afford 3 kids alone in Colorado." Shanann said their current home loan is on Chris's name. Her friends rallied around Shanann. Shanann searched Google on topics like emotion-focused therapy and couples therapy. Look at the difference, right? Look at the difference between what Shanann is Googling, what Chris is Googling, and what Nicole Kessinger is Googling. Chris is Googling the distance from here to the moon. Nicole is Googling wedding dresses and will my boyfriend marry the mistress? Again, right? Everything is just self-indulgent with these two. And when it comes to Shanann, she's looking at couples therapy, emotion-focused therapy. She's looking for something that will help both of them. So different. This is so different, like night and day. August 9th. Watts took the day off from work and Shanann left for Arizona. Here we go. August 9th. So Chris took the day off from work, which was Thursday, which is also the day that he took the doll picture, right? We've seen that photo of the doll lying on the bed, or sorry, the couch with blankets or something over the face. Let's go ahead and pull that up. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up for so that we can all see that. Because I thought that was really weird. And now we're seeing here that, sorry, what else happened here? Oh yeah, he took the day off of work. So he took the day off of work, and then he also took this weird photo on the same day that Shanann left for Arizona, which is just weird. Like, why did he take this picture? It's so strange. It's so weird to me that picture. If I can find it here real quick. If not, I'm sure I'll find it. If not, we can just move on and then I'll look for it later. Let's see. All right, it's in here somewhere. I'll pull it up, guys. All right, but yeah, the doll picture was there as well, and he also took the day off. So let's go ahead and add that Chris took the day off. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and see what happened later on in the day. Shanann told Addie that Watts refused to hold her and has told Shanann it is because he's not there. He can't. Shanann told Addie, I canceled gender reveal. Nikki is going to tell me today. I need happy news right now. I said to him, How is this a few months? We were so intimate and what I thought in love when I left. He said he had a lot of time to think. Addie asked if Shanann had gone through Chris's phone, asking if he was having an affair. Shanann replied, I did. He denied. No, I didn't look. He's deleting messages from his dad. What? I'm sure he's not that stupid. Addie noted, none of this makes sense. It's not Chris. Look at that. He's deleting messages from his dad. Oh, please. Really? It's not his dad that he's deleting messages from. Cosmo Bear. August 9th is not the right date that Shanann left. She left on the 10th and he took the day off on the 10th. Let's go ahead and see that. Yeah, so on the 9th, it's on the 10th. Okay. Yeah, we have here that it's on the 9th. Let's see. If we continue, then we can see, yeah, because all of this is on the 9th, on the 9th. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll put a pin on that. We'll go ahead and put a pin on that to see if it really was on the 9th. Friday was the 10th. Yeah, right here. So Friday the 10th. And then what we have in Discovery, it's saying that Shanann left on the 9th. All right. And so, oh my goodness, where were we? We were, okay, here we go. Canceled gender reveal. Addie asked about the phone. Oh, here we go. Addie asked if Shanann had gone through his phone, and no, he's deleting messages from the dad. Okay, we know that he's not deleting messages from his dad. He's deleting messages from Nicole Kessinger. And frequently throughout the day, Shanann searched the internet for couples counselors. She also accepted a prayer chain focused on their relationship. Look at what she was doing the entire 9th. Scroll down. It is wrong in the Discovery and it is repeated on. Oh, okay. Okay, Cosmo Bear. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll definitely get that fixed if it's the wrong date. Yeah, because that's what we have on our calendar based on everything that we have in the Discovery. But yeah, we'll go ahead and change it if it's wrong. And here, where were we? Where were we? Okay, right here. Shanann asked Watts, "Do you want to find out together with me tonight on the baby's gender?" His reply is not found in on his phone, but Shanann Sood commented on his answer. So she loved the answer, which was yes. So she asked him, "Do you want to know the gender of the baby?" And I guess he replied yes, and she liked that comment. She put a little heart on it. A log entry appears for the secret calculator in Watts's phone. Wow. Wow. This is so insane. Oh, no, 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 no. No worries, Cosmo Bear. No worries. Yeah, guys, if there's something up, if there's something wrong in the calendar or something in the discovery that you know is wrong, yeah, please let me know. Yeah, we're here to make sure that we have all of our information correct so that we can come up with plausible theories. And so if something's wrong, don't be afraid to tell me. I'm cool. I'm okay. All right. Shanann shared an ultrasound image of her unborn son with Sarah. Oh, baby Nico. This image was taken by Watts, right? Chris's phone, which he sent to Shanann. She replied, "Don't know what to think about this," right? She replied, "I don't know what to think about this." Here it is, the photo that we were looking for. He sent this to her at 11:44. Shanann sent a photograph to Sarah Nudd, the image of this letter she wrote to Watts. All right, so Shanann wrote him a letter, a handwritten letter. Again, look at the effort that Shanann is putting into her marriage compared to the effort that Chris puts into the relationship with Nicole Kessinger. He wrote her so many of those corny cards, the love cards, oh, the tug, the hug, the pull, the squeeze. And none of it, none of that effort for his own wife. Yeah, that picture is so weird. I don't understand. All right, let's go ahead and stop here. All right, let's go ahead and stop on this photo before we continue with the letter because this is one of the weirder ones, and I will say it's one of the biggest mysteries, at least for me. I have no idea. I don't know. So this is going to be a question for all of you. What do we think? What do we think about this photo? Was it foreshadowing? Why would he do this? Was he planning, right? Was the photo meant to be something, I don't know, making it seem like Shanann was going to do something to the girls? Maybe, I don't know, as a way to throw off the police investigation if there were one? What do we think about this? He took the pic 100%. Yes. Very bizarre, Heather. He took the picture to set her Cosmo Bear. He took the picture to set her up after the murder. I believe to make it look like she killed the kids and like she took the picture. Exactly. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. That's what it looks like, right? It looks like this is something it was a setup. It was something that was he was pre-planning, just like his stupid letter, right? The ridiculous letter that he was getting notarized and everything. Put it in an envelope. Get the pigeon to send it over, right? That ridiculous to whom letter. It seems like he was making it seem that Shanann was going to take off with the girls or harm the girls. Definitely. But again, it's such a stupid thing to do. It's not believable. Again, you can trace all of this. It was obviously taken from Chris's phone and he sent it to her. So even if Shanann posted it on Facebook, the police were going to do a reverse image search or figure out where it came from. These people are so stupid. They're not smart at all. Any pre planning, like, really, this is not going to convince anybody. This is so dumb. He's just a creep wanting to psych her out. Oh, Carolette. Yes. Yes. And this is the thing too, right? Like, is he just being very gross and sinister and he's just torturing her even more by sending her these creepy images? I would freak out if someone sent me this. Yeah, I would freak out. Possible it was a setup. I just think that he's so stupid he can't think that far. He was psychologically abusing her. Absolutely. Yes, that's what he was doing. No child put that image together. It's too perfect. Of course not. Of course not. I did not for a second believe that any one of the children put this thing together. There's no way. Where would Bella and Cece see something like this? Where they're like, oh, yeah, let me put this doll on the bed and put a towel or something over it, a sheet. That's weird. This is something an adult that did, not a 4-year-old. Come on. Ronnie told the cops that about that pic to make her look crazy. Yes. Yes. Jay Coverload. You're so correct. Thank you for bringing that up. Ronnie does bring that up. He brings it up during the interview with Chris when he's being interviewed by Tammy Lee and Graham Coder. He brings up that Shanann published this really weird photo on Facebook. And this is the one that he brings up. That's really weird. And again, this is all speculation, right? But it does seem like the family knew that something was up, right? Especially with that letter and now Ronnie talking about this photo. It's also possible that Chris told the dad, right? Oh, look, this weird photo that Shanann took. And he's lying as always, but Ronnie believed it. Of course, he's going to believe his son and not Shanann. He's not going to believe someone that he doesn't like. So he believed his son, of course. Sandra, exactly. No child does this. No 4-year-old is going to do this. Where would they see this? All right, let's continue. Then Shanann took the photo of this letter. Let's go ahead and read this letter. It is a little blurry and kind of hard to read, but let's go ahead and read it. My dearest Chris, with a heart. I don't know where to begin. I'm so lost for words, I can't even explain how hard this pain is. This is sad. The last 5 weeks have been the hardest. I missed everything about you. I missed your morning breath, your touch, your lips, kisses. I missed holding you. I missed you. I missed smelling you in the sheets. I missed talking to you in person. I missed watching you laugh and play with the kids. That I love so much about you. I missed seeing you naked and on top of me, making love to me. Oh my God, I missed having you around when I felt alone and upset. I just flat out missed the hell out of you. We haven't been away from each other that long since, I'm sorry, I can't make out that, 2012, I believe, right? That's 2012. Yes, yes. This is real love, you guys. We know that Chris Watts is a scumbag, but Shanann loved him. She loved not the scumbag version, but she loved the mask. She loved the outer skin that he wore, right? The flesh, whatever, the human costume that he put on every morning. He's really a monster, but that's who she fell in love with, the mask. She fell in love with the person that he pretended to be. I really don't know how we fell out of compatibility, or that is someone else's words. The only thing that, oh my God, this one's a little hard to read. The only thing that changed this month was everything going down with your family. I can't change what happened, but I can try to work things out with you, with them. But there has to be a mutual respect for everyone. I definitely deserve an apology because of Celeste. I can suck it up for her going against everything I said to our kids. But our daughter's life, and then it kept going, I guess, but they didn't take that was it. That was it. But our daughter's life, and then it continues in the back. And that's all we have in the discovery, unfortunately. Shanann expressed hopes that Watts would respond with a letter of his own. Wow. Shanann was hoping that Chris would take the time and put in the effort to write to her. That was not going to happen. All of the energy was reserved for Nicole Kessinger. What a piece of crap. Yes. Shanann told Sarah that Watts agreed to go away next weekend, just us. Look at this. This is the worst. Honestly, the whole thing is bad, right? But the worst part about this is not only that he was messing with her psychologically these 5 weeks, especially these last 2 weeks of her life, but also that he was giving her false hope. He was making her feel crazy and then also telling her, no, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to fix it. And we're going to go away for the weekend. Everything's going to be okay. Enough for her to let her guard down. Notice, Shanann told him, I don't trust you and I don't feel safe around you. So what does Chris do? Oh, it's okay. Let's go out for the weekend. Just you and I. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, let's do it. Wow. So that Shanann can let her guard down, so that she can think that everything is going to be better. Absolute trash. Oh God. He's so disgusting. Not a single hint. He did not give her a single clue that he was seeing another woman. Nothing. All of it was like, "No, it's okay, baby. Oh, it's okay, boo. Everything is in my head. I don't know what's going on." And then agreeing to going out. Come on. Shanann asked, "Why did you cancel your Facebook?" He did not respond. Here it is, right? So the date that she asked him, "Why did you cancel your Facebook?" was August 9th. On August 9th, she asked him, "Why did you cancel your Facebook?" which happened on August 8th. So the day prior. And then where were we? Here we go. And then he did not respond. So Shanann asked Chris, "Can you be there Monday to drop Bella off with me to her first day of kindergarten?" Watts replied, "I can make that happen." Wow. On August 9th. On August 9th, Shanann asked Chris if he can go with her on Monday, on the day of the murders, to drop off Bella on her first day of kindergarten. And he replies, "I can make that happen." Wow. I have no words for this. He already knew he was going to murder his family. And he replied with, "I can make that happen." Not even a yes. Yes, I'll be there. He said, "I can make that happen." We know exactly what he made happen. And it was not the kindergarten visit. Yeah. The Monday of the murders was Bella's first day of kindergarten. Uh, Shanann received a confirmation from Amazon that a book titled "Hold Me Tight: 7 Conversations for a Lifetime of Love" would be delivered on August 10th. On August 10th, the book would be delivered. So the same day that Chris was messing with the fire stick, Nicole Kessinger was at the baseball game, was also the same day that the book that Shanann ordered for them arrived. As we know, the book ended up in the trash can. Who threw it in the trash can? Who knows? Was it Chris? Was it Nicole Kessinger? The book ended up being in the trash can. Can't believe Chris Watts chose NK, who didn't want his daughters. Definitely sick in the head. Yes, exactly. Corina? Yes. I feel that she felt something was very wrong. She didn't know how wrong. Exactly, Connie. Was that book they found in the bin? It was in the trash. It was in the trash can at the Watts residence. Chris was stupid to call the school to take the girls out on Monday while missing. Yeah. Yes. He called the school to get his daughters out of school on the same day that they went missing. Right before they were reported missing. So very, very interesting, right? I can make that happen. Watts told Troy McCoy that he was taking tomorrow off and added, I will meet up with you for the fire stick tomorrow, if that's cool. All right, so here's where Cosmo Bear was mentioning that some of these dates are off. Okay, so here we are seeing this is August 9th, right? All right, so this is August 9th. August 9th is Thursday. So now he's telling Troy McCoy that he's going to take the 10th off. So this is a very weird document. We're seeing some strange dates here. Unless Chris also took Thursday off. But he's telling him, "Hey, is that cool?" And he ended up taking Friday off. And then Shanann told Addie that she was talking with Chris presently, apparently texting simultaneously. Addie asked what the gender of the child is, and Shanann replied, "If I tell you, you can't tell anyone." He, Chris, wants to announce it on Monday, August 13th. Shanann added she is trying to be accommodating. He's talking and kind of being Chris, but he's very distant still. Watts logged into what what a sad excuse for a human being, Chris Watts. Oh, hold it, he tells her. I want to surprise everybody on Monday, August the 13th. What do we think about this? This is so crazy that he's telling her, "Oh, it's okay, don't tell anybody. We'll tell all of our friends the gender reveal on the day that I'm going to murder you." He knows that there's going to be no gender reveal, and he's telling her to wait for the day of the murder. Oh my goodness. This is sick. This is bad. Whatever I thought about Chris, it's just worse, you know. I mean, the bar is very low. It's already in hell. I don't know what's below hell, but that's where Chris is because everything I read is just worse. Ugh. He logged into Instagram, okay? I didn't even know he had an Instagram. Okay, so he logged into Instagram on the 9th. Okay, let's go ahead and add that because I think that's very important that he logged into Instagram. Chris Watts logged into IG. Where is his IG? I wish we had some remnants of his Instagram. He took Bella out of school altogether, not just on the first day. He unenrolled Bella. Yes, that's a red flag. 100%. Yes. Yes. And so he logs into Instagram. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Did we know this? Chris Watts searched Google for the prices of an Audi? What? He's looking for prices to an Audi Q7. What in the world, this man? Oh, this is the sports car that he wanted, right? The one that Nicole Kassinger's like, "Oh, I just want, nothing big. I'm not materialistic or anything. I work in the fields. I like having wheat on the side of my mouth, you know. I like calories going into my body constantly, but I want 3 car garages, nothing big, and a sports car. Mhm. That's it. Nothing big at all." And here we are looking for the price of an Audi. Let's look at the Q7. This is it right here, if you guys are wondering. This is the Audi Q7. Apparently, this is the kind of car that he was looking at. This is what he wanted. Look at that. How much is an Audi Q7? MSRP, what is it? MSRP goes for what? Like 18,000 or something like that, maybe more. So he's looking for the prices of an Audi. How did that dumbass think he was gonna get an Audi? How the sale of the house and the sale of the ring, right? He was gonna pawn the ring and sell the house, so he was gonna buy himself and Nicole Kessinger an Audi? Is that what's going on here? Is that what we're saying? Oh no, where did our oh here we go. Okay. I don't know where our documents went. Okay, here they are. Here they are. All right. So, okay, this guy was looking for an Audi. That's insane. Did we know that? Insurance. The doll pick was a trigger for that. Yeah, LA woman says insurance. Yeah, the life insurance policy. So we're looking at the life insurance policy. We're also looking at the sale of the house, the pawning of the ring, the selling of the furniture. All of that was going to give him a lot of money. And he was looking at putting it down on an Audi Q7. It is for a family. I don't think he thought the girls were going to be gone. I think that it was for the family that he was going to form with Nicole Kessinger. I do believe the girls were going to be gone, but I think that the reason that they're getting this smaller car is for the little family that Nicole Kessinger and Chris were going to start together. Remember, Nicole Kessinger wanted to give him a son. And this SUV that we just looked at, it's a very small SUV and it looks like one of those cars. It looks very similar, I will say. It looks very similar to the Lexus. Here, let's go ahead and pull it up again. Let's go ahead and pull it up again because we're on this topic now, so we might as well continue talking about it. I think that the car itself, look at it. It has very similar features to those of the Lexus that Nicole Kessinger so desperately wanted. God, go away. What is this? Okay, there we go. Look at this, right? Look at the features of it. Oh my goodness. Did I say 18,000? It's starting at $62,000 for this Lexus. And it has all the similar features of that of a Lexus. And if we know, there's a video of Shanann talking about the cars that Lavelle would give out to their highest performers. And Nicole Atkinson also chose one of the cars. And I do remember in the list of cars, Shanann mentioned that one of them is an Audi. So the list of cars were Audi, if I remember correctly, an Audi, Lexus. I believe there is like a Cadillac in there that she mentioned, a Tesla. And that is actually the one that Nicole Atkinson ended up choosing. She wanted a Tesla. But yeah, one of those cars was also an Audi. Very interesting, right? I'm seeing one out there for 80,000. Wow. Wow. Mikruli trying to impress Nicole Kessinger. Yes, exactly. And so, wow. It shows us that a lot of this was envy and that it didn't really matter. None of this was about money or debt, right? All those people that are out there that are blaming the victims, especially Shanann, we know that none of this was about that. It was not about debt. It's very clear here that none of this was about debt. We know that the murders did not happen because of the stress and financial BS that Chris was going through. So all of those ideas and those arguments are out there are just they're based on fallacies because none of it is based on any evidence whatsoever. The evidence is the opposite. It tells us that all of it was because Chris wanted to give all of those things to a new woman. That's what it was. But now we know Chris searched for an Audi. What day is this? Let's go ahead and add this because I think that's very important. Unless did I already do it? It was on the 9th, right? Um Yes, it's on the 9th. So on the 9th, Chris Googled an Audi. All right, let's go ahead and add that. Chris Watts Googles Audi Q7. Wow, busy, busy. Very busy. It was about NK wanting to take over Shanann's life. Exactly, Julia. Exactly. I agree. All of this was about becoming Shanann. Yes. I've posted that Shanann was replacing the Lexus twice, so he wasn't buying an Audi. Oh, okay. Thank you. I've posted that Shanann was replacing the Lexus, so he wasn't buying an Audi. So the idea here is that Shanann was going to replace the Lexus, and that's why Chris was looking for an Audi. Okay. But again, this is where and I love that we're doing this, right? I love that we're throwing all these ideas in there. The thing is, I if we are to believe that Chris was actually looking for a car replacement because Shanann was looking to replace the Lexus, then we are to believe that he was putting an effort to the marriage that he no longer cared about, right? He wasn't putting effort into that marriage anymore. So why would he be putting effort into looking for a new car for Shanann if he knows he's going to murder her? That is where it doesn't make any sense to me. If he is looking for these things or he's looking to replace the car, why is he doing that when he knows he's going to murder her anyway? So that is where if he's doing the research, it just makes no sense. But let me know what you think. Maybe I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, please let me know. But so there he is. He's looking for prices of the Audi, and which is also interesting too because he's looking for the prices. He's not looking for an Audi. He's looking for the prices of an Audi. So meaning that he's going to purchase it, correct? Because if Lavelle is just giving away a car, why would the price matter? You get a Tesla, you get an Audi regardless. So I don't know, would the prices matter? Again, let me know. Let me know. Let me know if there's something that I'm missing. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. The finances are a whole other rabbit hole. Exactly. Oh my God, it's on screen. August 10. Watts took the day off and Shanann left for Arizona. For insurance purposes. Wouldn't that be equivalent to the price of a new Lexus? I don't know. If anybody wait, do we know what is the new what is that Lexus the make the sorry the model of the Lexus that Shanann had? Is it a oh it's a what is it? Oh, a Lexus NX? Lexus RZ? Looks like it's an NX maybe? It's right here. And this one. It looks like this might be it, right? And I don't think it would be. I think a Lexus is going to be a lot cheaper than an Audi for sure. Um, a Lexus starts at 45,000, where an Audi starts at 65,000. Audi for the glory hole. Oh, an RX 400. Okay. Let's look up the Lexus RX 400. All right, the Lexus RX 400 right here. All right, so the Lexus RX, oh, that's Wikipedia. Let's not. I don't know where. Well, a used Lexus, but yeah, I don't know why the Toyota website isn't popping up, but yeah, even just looking at these, I mean, they are pretty pricey. I will say they're still pretty pricey. You have to look at 2018. All right, 2018. All right, let's see. Let's look at the 2018s. Do we know that she got it in 2018? I mean, yeah. All of these are gonna be used though, but let's see. I mean, we could ask ChatGPT, what were the prices of I know I can't spell you guys, but what was it? The 400? Right? The 400. Yeah, the RX 400. What are the prices of the RX 400 in 2018? Um yeah, we're going down this RX rabbit hole, you guys. All right. Well, now obviously the prices are way off, but even then, right? If we looked at a new Lexus of today, it's still going to be what around 40 something, right? 40,000 maybe. Yeah, we're just comparing the Lexus to the Audi. Yeah, so if we compared, right? So let's go ahead and if we do the comparison of the Lexus RX 400 versus the Audi, what was it, a Q7? All right, so, here we go. There we go. That's better. By looking at the cars and the different models here. So the pricing is actually about the same, right? The pricing 63,000 versus 51,000 in the Lexus. And then when it comes to the type of car, it's still very similar. It's still a mid-size SUV. And they're both about the same price because they're both they're kind of luxury but not really. And here we are. So the overall ratings are basically about the same. It looks like everything is similar, very similar to the Lexus. And so again, this is a lot of research to do, especially for Chris, to do for his wife who he didn't care about anymore. Bye Cosmo. Bye Cosmo. See you soon. Thank you so much for all your help. Thank you so much for your help and all of your expertise and all your knowledge. Thank you so much. Yeah, and so now that we compared those 2 cars, what do we think? Okay, what do we think? Was it paid for by her company? It was, right? So my understanding is that any car that any of the employees from Lavelle, any of these cars that they got was given to them. It was gifted to them as a gift for high performance in the company. And so the thing that is interesting to me is why would Chris be looking at the prices if these cars are going to be handed to them by the company? But again, I don't know much about Lavelle or MLMs or how these work. And so if you know and if you understand how it works, please let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue. So Shanann told Nicole Atkinson here. So Shanann told Nicole Atkinson that Chris wants to move to Brighton. Shanann announced their son will be named Nico Lee Watts. Shanann cautioned that they were not going to tell anyone the name until Monday and to keep this a secret. Shanann told the women the conversation she had with Watts this evening has been the best talk yet. That's a good question, liberal cat lady. I thought they got a car allowance. I don't know. Does anyone know the actual answer to that? From my understanding and from my research, I thought that they were able to choose. So they had a list of cars that they get to choose. But if they have a car allowance, then that would, again, it would make sense why he's looking for prices. But again, it doesn't really make sense that he would be looking for anything Shanann related because he doesn't care about her anymore. And he's not going to get this car anyway because he's going to kill her. So I see it as him purchasing the car after he murders them. That's how I'm seeing it. But again, this is just my opinion, so let me know what you guys think. I love that you're all including um your own thoughts and ideas on that. Yes, had to sell a lot. Exactly. It's like a lease. Okay. I'm still here. She got it $800 a month for a car stipend. Okay. I've been sleuthing this case for over 4 years now, coming from the Watts. Oh, Watts the Obsession. Okay. It says a lease award through her company. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and write this down, especially looking into the lease because he is bankrupting. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into this part a little more because it's very interesting. We're seeing it in the discovery that an Audi is coming out, and so right, we're speculating here. We want to know where this is coming from. So thank you all. Thank you so much. But look at this. Shanann thinks that that was their best talk yet. And this is because Chris is giving her false hope. Sarah asked, "How's the conversation with Watts?" And Shanann replied, "So much better. We talked. He told me he loved me back. Still cold, but not as cold. He even kissed me before going to sleep in the basement." Which is the second kiss since picking me up from the airport. Wow. That's the second kiss. Shanann added, "I wanted to tell you the gender, but we have to keep it a secret. He wants to wait until I'm back to tell everyone, so Monday." Shanann said he agreed to counseling. Shanann said that Chris agreed to read the book. Again, this is the book that was thrown in the trash can. I ordered, right? So the book that I ordered tomorrow, and write me a letter expressing. We are going away next weekend, just the two of us, right? Just us. Watts transferred images of Kessinger, some semi nude, and into his secret calculator app. Great. This is great. Uh, we're looking through this discovery and we see the things that Shanann is doing, and then we immediately see some disappointing behavior from Chris Watts immediately after. Shanann is trying. Shanann is like, "Hey, I'm talking about going to therapy," and then immediately after you see Chris transferred nude photos into the calculator app. So disgusting. We're going away with no money. Yeah, for the weekend. Where they were going to Aspen. Chris was avoiding to put the baby news out there. Julia, yes. He only loved how NK boosted his ego. She needed not to put up with this BS. Yes, Julia, I love that you bring this up that Chris was trying to avoid putting baby news out there. I agree. I think that a lot of this was he tried his very best to make Nico not be real. He knew that that was the biggest, and I've said this before. That was the biggest thing in my opinion. That is what led to all of these murders is the fact that Shanann was pregnant with a boy. Had she not been pregnant, I believe that maybe this would have gone a different direction because it was Nicole Kessinger who wanted to give him the boy. She was the one who wanted to give him an experience that he had never experienced before. And so Chris knew that he had messed up in his mind. He had messed up by getting Shanann pregnant. And so in a way, he was trying to erase that by trying to minimize how much people talked about it. Let's not even talk about it, guys. Oh, we'll talk about it later. We'll do the gender reveal next week. It's fine. Oh, let's not talk about it right now. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Right? He's distracting. He's talking about other things. And I completely agree, Julia. I think that's why. He doesn't want anybody talking about the baby. Yes, where the beer flows like wine. NK always denied knowing anything about Shanann Watts, but that was a lie. Yes. And here we go. Okay, so we saw that Chris transferred the semi-nude photos, right? And then here we see it. Cosmo was right. Watts took the day off and Shanann left for Arizona. So whoever put this thing together was either drunk or confused. I don't know. It's not Kevin Kovac, so I know it's not because they were too, I don't know, preoccupied with Nicole Kessinger's text messages. Oh, she batted her eyes at me. Mhm. Oh, what did I type? I don't know what I typed, right? I don't think it's Kevin, but whomever it was did a terrible job. August 9th, Watts took the day off and left for Arizona. And then, yes, Cosmo was right. It says it here again. Watts took the day off and and Shanann left for Arizona on the 10th. So that is a mistake. This is a mistake here. We caught a mistake, and it looks like Shanann actually left for the trip to Arizona on the 10th. We'll go ahead and double check on that, and we'll make the adjustments in our next live stream. But yeah, you guys, that is all I have for you today. We're going to go ahead and stop on the 10th because look at this. The 10th is very busy. It's very busy in the discovery and it's busy in our calendar. Look at that. So the 10th is going to be a very busy day. We're going to probably need a different calendar to be able to see everything that went on that day. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining today's live stream and for adding all new information and anything else that you can add, any new links that you would want us to watch as well. Let me know. And yeah, thank you all so much. This was really fun. I'm so glad that we were able to do this on a Sunday and that the people who um first time joining, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Aw, thank you, Tommy's girl. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we'll keep doing this. We'll keep doing this. Thank you so much. I'm looking for a better schedule. There we go. That is what we were going to talk about. Okay, so for the last 5-ish minutes or so, let's go ahead and talk about our future true crime cases. So many of you want to see other cases. Now, like again, I just need to remind everybody here, right? I'm one person and my channel I do the things that I enjoy, the things that I love doing. If I have a passion for it, I'm going to spend my time doing it. And so that's what's hard, right? About real content creators, right? Real humans, flesh and blood, not AI, is that in order for me to make a video and in order for me to go down a rabbit hole, I have to also have a personal passion for it because I'm using up my time to go down a case that I'm interested in. And so you all see my videos, you all see how much time I put into my videos and how much effort goes into them, but that's because I have a personal passion for it. I love doing this research. I love going down the rabbit hole. And so when it comes to other cases, I understand we want to see other cases, but it's also it takes away from the case that I have a passion for and that you guys are all following me for. And so I'm really looking for a schedule that will work where we can talk about other cases and we can continue to talk about the Chris Watts case as well. Because the one thing that I don't want to do is go down this rabbit hole for no reason. I want to go down this rabbit hole, one, because, like I said, it's my passion and it's something that I want to know for myself. And it's the reason that you all follow me. The main reason that I have the followers that we have is because we are all down the same rabbit hole. We're all stuck on Watts Island and we want answers. And this is why we're doing this. And I understand that we want to see other cases. The other case that I'm very interested in, you guys, and I will say I have legitimate, actual interest in it, is Corey Richins. And there's other cases right now. There's what's her name? She's missing, the lady. I'm blanking on her name right now. There's the older woman who's missing. She's the mother of the reporter, right? There's a lot of things going on. And yes, I absolutely have the passion to do that as well. But again, like I said, it takes time, and it takes a lot of time to make these videos and to go down the rabbit hole and do the research. And so with that, I'm going to get leave it up to you guys. I'm going to put up a poll, and we're going to choose in order the cases that we want to incorporate throughout the week. And so I want to have more live streams where we go down the rabbit hole together of other cases, any other case that we want to talk about, as well as the Chris Watts case. And so I'll let you all know, but I think I'm going to reserve two live stream days specifically for Chris Watts. Okay. So there are going to be 2 days that are only going to be Chris Watts days, and then our regular weekly videos of Chris Watts. And in addition, other videos and other live streams of other cases that we might be interested in that we can go down the rabbit hole together. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'm going to put it up in a poll. You all let me know what you want to see, and we can go down a live stream or videos of other cases. John Benet Ramsey case. Nice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tootsie Pop. Yeah, because hey, I know again, we can't please everybody. I know that I can't please everyone. Obviously, we just can't. It's impossible. You can't please everybody in the world. But I do want to be able to talk about other cases. Maybe we can even become, I don't know, we can become experts on another case as well, and we can go down that rabbit hole together and figure out clues on another case as well. Corey Richards is pretty much cooked, in my opinion. What a psycho she is. Yes. Yes, Corey Richards is hard to watch. Not Nancy. There we go. That's the name, Nancy. Yeah, right. So there's like a lot of other things. Let's go down all the rabbit holes. And it doesn't even really even have to be true crime. There's other rabbit holes. I have interest in so many things. I've already mentioned even Titanic. I'm like, how did it really sink? I want to know how it sank. How big were those holes? How big was the freaking ice, right? The iceberg. There's also the Titan, right? Ocean Gate. There's Ocean Gate, although it did happen years ago. That's another thing that we can talk about. There's so many things we can talk about, guys. Do what makes you happy, Rocks. Aw, thank you. Thank you. So then you'll be too. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, like I said, I do this because I enjoy it. It does make me happy, and I love the community that we have built. But I do also, like I said, I wanna do something that we can all do together. So I take requests. So yeah, want want rocks to make fun of more idiots. Yes, if there's more idiots out there, send them my way. We can talk about all of them. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, the 9/11 World Tower collapse, Trade Center. Yes. Yeah, see, it's stuff like this. I can go down any rabbit hole. I'll go down the rabbit hole of the Corey Richards case. Nice. Titanic Life Vest is coming up for auction. Oh, interesting. Aw, thank you guys. Yeah, so anything, you guys let me know. I'll leave it up to you. But yes, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's talk about all of the cases that we want to talk about, anything else, and we'll do it together. Y'all let me know. Thank you so, so much for joining today's live stream. Thank you so much for all of your help. And I want to give a special shout out and a special thank you to my moderators. Thank you so much for keeping our chat respectful and welcoming for everybody. Thank you so much for my members. Thank you to my new members, and a very special thanks to all of you, really. All of my subscribers and all of my viewers. Thank you. I've been doing this for 9 months now, and I couldn't be doing it without any of you. So thank you so much for your constant support and your love. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Please take care. I'll see you next time, and I will keep you updated on our live stream schedules. But all right, guys, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.